Okay, that's probably 5 seconds. I'll just talk. I'm up. Okay, hey, what's up, everyone? I'm NME, and it looks like the gang's all here. Wow. It's so funny. I can go away for so long, and then I come back, it's like, I know this person, that person, that person, that person. That's warms my heart. Thank you all for being here. We're repping Hudson tonight, because we're playing Blazing Lasers, so this is my most Hudson shirt. So we got Bomberman on. Wrong controller. Let's, there you go, peep the hardware. This is kind of a piece of junk, like this thing's coming off, but it's a cool controller otherwise. It's a little worse for wear, but it's a cool controller. This is Blazing Lasers, aka Gunhead, and if anyone has any issues with audio, I won't see it, because I'm going to be playing this game, so speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm not going to fix anything, just get it out of your system now. Alright. I'm sitting, yeah. Well, it's a long one. I sat yesterday, Rayo, because so I was supposed to do a half marathon today, but there's I guess a tropical storm where I'm just wasting time now. Let me start playing and then we'll talk. So yeah, yes, I'm sitting. Oh, start the timer. There we go. I don't really know when time's officially supposed to start for this, but good enough. All right, so yeah, long story short, I was supposed to do a half marathon today, and it got canceled due to weather, because there's like a tropical storm or something along those lines that's causing all sorts of weather. And part of the race was over a bridge, so they're like, I don't know, wind and bridges probably aren't a good combination. So anyway, I ran yesterday. It wasn't like a great distance or anything, but I was like, yeah, I could sit. It's cool. I don't know if anyone said anything yesterday, but there you go. Like, before I even started the run, oh, enemy's sitting. It's cool. I'm cool. This is my favorite version of this weapon. So we're using Field Thunder. Okay, oh, also, let me not forget. So I like to judge shmups based on their soundtracks and their announcer. So you have to rate the announcer, see if you can understand what he says. I think you will find it is a mixed bag. So those two I think you can understand. That was multi-body for my little option friend, and then Field Thunder for the laser. I accidentally got the shield there. I say accidentally, it's fine. And I will be relying heavily on the shield as I go through this run. But in the first few stages, I like to use multi-body for a couple reasons. One, because they're a little easier, and I can conduct peace through superior firepower, which is always nice. So when we get that, then switch back to multi-body. The reason I wanted to stick with multi-body is because there's a few more multi-body drops, I think, in this stage, in the first couple stages. And every time you get the same sub-weapon that you already have, you add an extra bomb to your arsenal. So you see we're up to 9 right now. So watch, I'm going to get this M. Now we're up to 10. So that's cool. So we want to stack extra lives. We want to get respawns. We'll talk about those once they start showing up. They don't show up yet. But now I have double multi-bodies. Now I can upgrade that one more time to where I will be able to block some of these bullets with the multi-body, with the next collection for that I get. In addition to adding a bomb. The bomb display will go up to 16, but I'm pretty sure you can get more than 16, and it just only displays up to 16. I'm not entirely sure though. But there's a lot of different weapons and sub-weapons in this game. But I'm a pretty basic person. You give me a big, giant, wacky, moving laser, and I'm pretty happy. Unfortunately, I kind of feel like it downgrades after a certain point. Like the first version of the laser, it's like, just a straight laser. It's fine, powerful, but not thrilling. Then you get that version that kind of has a square in the middle of it, which is cool. It does a little bit more damage on top of that area, because it's kind of sticking on top of those pixels a little bit longer. Then you get that one where it kind of makes a shield around you, so obviously you can understand how it would serve multiple purposes, which is great, and it covers a pretty nice swath in front of you. But then you kind of keep going, and you get to this one. Well, I got an upgrade, right, as I was saying. You get that one where it's just 4 lanes, which kind of reduces your coverage, and then we have this just nonsense where I'm just shooting everywhere, but yet I'm creating a lot of gaps. It's pretty good, actually, but it's sometimes it can be a little bit of pain. So you can see how we have this one item right here that I'm just shooting, and it's like, what the heck? Why is it frozen? What's going on? Ah, now it's changed colors. So we collect that, and you'll notice in the bottom right corner, my ship, my extra life indicator, has changed to yellow, which means I have a respawn now. So that'll stay yellow for as long as I have a respawn. I want to collect as many of those as possible. So there will be the little green ships that we can destroy, and then we can either destroy the power-up in there to change it to the respawn, or we can let it reach the bottom of the screen, at which point it will turn into a respawn and we can collect that. So it kind of depends on the situation. Usually we end up shooting them just because you start shooting them when they're on the screen. You don't really... They go very slowly down to the bottom of the screen. You don't want to pick them up by accident. There's a certain point where you don't have to worry about collecting too many respawns anymore. I have 5 lives right now and 1 respawn. So obviously I want to get 5, at least. I think like around 10 is a pretty good safe margin. We can end up with probably close to 20 would be my guess. I've never actually done the math. But we don't need that. I hope. Oh, see, now I've taken a non-lethal hit and my laser has gone away, but it's kind of a more effective laser in some ways. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's kill this real quick. So we're up against the deadline of the stage ending. So I gotta really attack this thing. There we go. Go get it. Yes! Just in time. I have until the screen fades out here. And I have absolutely lost out on picking up the respawns due to the stage ending, which is a real bummer, let me tell you. How's everyone liking the run so far? So this is cool. I'm actually going to try to hold on to the lower levels of this power-up for a while. Okay, there. See, so the purple pickups, if you get an amount of them, I don't know if it's like 5 or 10, you can actually level up your weapon to the next level without having to get the item, like the specific weapon to drop. Which is a cool little dynamic. I am not sure exactly how you collect extra lives. I imagine it's for points, but there are definitely times in the game where you will stack extra lives very quickly. So I don't know what determines that. It does not, as far as I know, it's not about pickups. Oh, I didn't mean to get the shield there. Okay. Well, that's fine. Again, it's never a bad thing to have the shield. The way the shield works is kind of clever. It can take a certain amount of damage, which is pretty substantial, but also it will last a certain amount of time. That's kind of the bummer. It doesn't just last forever. I suppose that would kind of break the game, but coming from the world of playing Gradius 3, primarily, like just Gradius games in general, games like that, where I'm used to the shield lasting for X number of hits, it is a little weird that you can take no damage and then your shield will still dissipate over time. So you just have to be aware of that, but it's not a big deal. Personally, I had mentioned this before, but I kind of like keeping the multi-body in these early stages, really up through about, I guess the next stage, shield is good for some of it. But for the most part, for the first 4 stages, for the first 4 levels, areas, I guess they're technically called in this game, I think the multi-body is the way to go. But then the game kind of ramps up, and then it's going to ramp up even more than that in the last stage, but, you know, this run is over 50 minutes. Hopefully it'll be under 50 minutes, but that's even likely. Oh, now I want to get this. Okay, now we have 4 lanes, which I don't like. You can see my shield is, it's turning different colors. It's letting me know it's about to run out. We don't like that, but we deal with it all the same. You can see I'm trying to get my respawn here, since we only have the 1 right now. Okay, now we have 2. Try to keep track, not only just for yourself, but for me. I might at some point be like, how many respawns do I have? Because I've never actually kept track before, but I think we're at 2 right now. They're going to start stacking a little more as we go in this run, so, you know, we'll get up there. Might be like, oh, you only have 2 right now. It's not that many. We'll get there. Unless things go completely sideways, which I don't anticipate, but you never know. Who can say? Not me, that's for sure. And you can see we're at 16 bombs, which is cool. We can use bombs pretty liberally in this run. Like, I don't usually use a bomb in this fight, but, you know. Okay, well, I used one that to absolutely no effect because I hit it a little bit early. So, good job out of me. Let's use another one. Just because we can. blow kill. There's, see how it kind of got pinned into the left corner there? My very unrefined strategies to this game say that if you get pinned into that corner, your fight was slow. And if you don't get pinned into that corner, your fight was fast. I don't know how that tracks with others who play this game, but that's how I handle that fight. So this game has mini bosses in several of the stages, but not every stage. Which is kind of weird how they mix and match. I suppose it's not unprecedented, but like either have mini bosses or don't have mini bosses, you know what I'm saying? Oh, there we go. And we can grab this now. Homing missiles are not the weapon you want. For me, especially when the game gets a little bit more hectic, I start getting confused about all the extra projectiles on screen, and they don't do a ton of damage anyway, so I would certainly choose them last. Well, so there's this F item that you can get. I don't know what it stands for. It's not Field Thunder. Field Thunder is the weapon I'm using right now. But basically, like for it will adjust whatever main weapon you have in different ways. So this weapon, for example, will become a homing laser, which is depending on the situation, it's either really OP or going to get you killed, depending on its targeting priorities and the situation on the screen. So I like to avoid that in almost every situation. And I just stick with the shield and the multi-body. So as you can see, we have the shield now as we approach this boss. This boss isn't about much, so we'll get through this no problem. It would kind of be nice to have our multi-body here, just do a little bit more damage. But we can kind of see, we kind of hang out to the side and not take damage from the giant laser. 2 cycles? No, 2 cycles is what we're looking for. We'll have a 3 cycle, I think. Yeah, okay. We still have 2 respawns, if you're keeping score at home. And you should be. Alright. Area 3. So this is... I would hesitate to say that this is where the game gets difficult, but this is where the game starts to, like, kind of give you a hard time if you're not in a good situation. So like the shield here, you can't go wrong because we're going to start seeing a lot more stuff on the screen. It's going to get a little hectic. There's going to be a lot of things that eat up your shots, like as you can see here. Look at all the junk that they just spawn in the screen. Oh, and I switched weapons accidentally. So there we go. We're letting the respawn go to the bottom and collecting it like that. So I've switched weapons by accident. See, this is what I mean. Kind of messing with me here. Okay, and then we got Field Thunder back, so that's cool. That one's low enough down that I can probably just come up here. Be cool. Maybe not. So I gotta avoid all this stuff. Okay, that's for sure going to hit the bottom, then we collect that. Okay, so we're at 4. 4 respawn. 4 respawns! It is Count Chocula season. I know that's not Count Chocula, it's Count on Count, but, you know. You know. I don't have a way to end that sentence, you know. Alright. I would love to upgrade my laser to its final form here, which looks like we'll be able to do very soon with all these collectibles that we're getting. We've got to be a little bit careful. There we go. Okay, so now my laser is maxed to the max. There's that F weapon I talked about. I don't want the homing missiles. I do want to kill all this stuff before I get shot. Okay, there's another respawn opportunity. But see, if you had that F weapon right now with the laser, the homing laser, and you had all that crap that we're clearing out, like see all this crap that's above us that we're clearing out, useless. It's just not shooting any enemy or anything else that's on screen. Oh, I gotta come up here real quick. Okay. Oh no, I killed another respawn that was hanging out. Oh boy. Also in there, I took damage and knocked my laser down to a lower level. Then I collected a pickup, and now it is at my favorite level, so that's kind of a fun thing that happened. That may have sounded insincere, but really, that was actually pretty cool that that worked out that way. You can destroy these blue, I don't know what you call them, glass orbs. But they are difficult, they're pretty stern. They're built of sterner stuff than most enemies. Okay, so there's another respawn. We should be able to get down. We don't need that shield now, because we're coming up to the end of this stage. Oh, man. Am I going to regret saying I don't need that shield? I may, because they're going to start spawning some enemies that are kind of tricky to notice. But we are coming up to this boss here. So, we'll grab that respawn, and we'll go with the multi-body. We should be able to melt this boss pretty good. Pretty good. Let's talk about the speed options in this game. Let's throw a bomb. Let's throw a bomb. There you go. That should be it. Yeah, there you go. That's the boss. Only one boss in this stage. Like I said, not a mini boss in every stage. You see those arrows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2. I like to keep it at 2, which is the default setting. Just feels natural. I don't have to ever think about it. 3 is pretty good also. 4 a little too fast. 1 and 0 a little too slow. I like shmups that do that. They're like, here's your speed options. You have control over that. You don't have to get a power up to speed up. Because that is such a bummer. Don't get me wrong, I love Gradius and shmups along those lines, but it is a bummer when you die and then you have to be able to move your ship again by collecting power-ups. Just kind of hope that you get through. It's not my favorite. Okay, we can go with the multi-body. Actually, we should have switched. Okay, so we're at 16. Oh, I don't actually want to shoot it up that high. That sounded off color. I don't want to shoot our respawn so high because it actually gains a little bit of speed once you switch it over to the respawn pickup. There we go. So if it's too high up on the screen, it'll just go off screen and then not get it. And I think it goes. We're at 7 respawns now, I believe. Did anyone check my math? I'll sneak a peek at chat. Y'all know I'm bad at reading chat during these marathons. Ah, crapper. Alright, let's pick this up. Okay, great. That's actually... Again, we're getting some really advantageous takes of damage. It's working out better than it perhaps should. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Alright, no one is keeping track with me, so I'm going to say we're at 7 respawns, and we have 8 lives. We're in pretty good shape. I just took damage from nothing in particular, so that's cool. And then I immediately... I don't know. Whatever, doesn't matter. We'll roll with it. It's fine. Not a big deal. Okay, we got a little boss here. A little mini boss, I should say. We'll come over to this side. And that's it. Just that easy. 7 respawns. 7. That's what I'm doing. Okay, no, I want this. Okay, I need one more. Well, I don't need one more upgrade, but I would like one more upgrade. Also, I'd like to switch over to shields, wouldn't I? Oh boy. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. The problem is, the reason I hesitate is because I'm going to run out of shields before this stage. I probably should have stuck with multi-body for this stage for going into the next stage. But I've made my choice. I will live with it. Yeep. Oh, actually, you know what? That's even better. I'm not going to get that. All right. Let's see. What do I want to do for this fight? Yeah, this is fine. Okay, cool. It should be more or less dead. Okay. Never really thought about it before, but that's a very Abadox looking boss. See, now we don't have shield going to the next stage, which I knew, which is why I kind of didn't want to get the shield for the stage. Don't really need it. For the next stage, we want shield, and we won't get it for a while. So we're going to basically take whatever sub-weapon we can get and hope for the best. Really, what we want is multi-body and max laser, and just do as much offensive attacking as we can do. That is the strategy that I find to work the best. I can pick up that shield right there. We are at 7? 7. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Grab that. Cool. Okay, so now we're looking for shield, ideally. Multi-body is going to come up first, though. Good, we'll take that. Oh, this is not ideal for this section. Okay. Multi-body, good. You know what? Okay. Okay. I'd sacrifice the respawn for the multi-body, so we're at 8. 8 respawns, I think, still. I don't think we got a 9th yet. I think we had the opportunity to just pick this weapon up instead. Okay. You see, it's just so nice to be able to clear out all that stuff really quickly. Which you can't do with shield. You survive a little bit longer, but again, you start taking damage from all the stuff that's attacking you, and the shield does not last long, and you find yourself in the middle of a firefight, and then the shield's gone, and then you're bummed out. You're losing your weapon, or maybe dying. None of that stuff's good. Best avoid it. Alright, so now we got the big pyramids coming up. The toughest thing are going to be the Moai heads. That section gets really nasty because the Moai heads, at least the majority of them, shoot out. They shoot their weapon in like multiple directions, and it's a big shot, has a big hitbox. You have a big hitbox. It's not great. So if we can switch to a shield here, which a shield will be coming up, as I recall, I think. Very shortly, like kind of right as we start the Moai head section, so hopefully we'll get, like, there it is. Look at that. Right on cue. Okay, I'm gonna let that go. But see, now I gotta destroy these things. Nope, don't hit the multi-body like an accident. Okay, good, grab that. Now we're at 9. 9 respawns. So pretty much, we don't really need to worry about respawns anymore in this run. Like, if we get a 10th, that's cool. If we don't, that's probably cool too. I'm not going to die 9 times. I really don't think that's going to happen. And I know you're probably like, you just put the jinx on it. I genuinely don't think so. Don't get me wrong, you can pretty easily die, especially in that last stage. But 9 is a lot of times to die. It is. Oh, I'm bobbing and weaving here. We're avoiding this damage pretty well. Okay, and then I immediately took a hit. That figures. But that's okay. We have the shield. Take 1 hit. Take 2 hits. Okay. Come up to the boss here. So that's good. We made it through. We have our nice weapon. We have this boss about to spawn, and this thing is not switched over yet. Come on. Come on. There we go. Whew. So that's 10. We have 10 now. Looks like it's not gonna move. Yes, awesome. I don't know what shape. So that thing can turtle up, obviously. It's a giant rock in the first place. And it can start bouncing around. You can't do any damage to it. Sometimes it just sits there and cooperates really well like that, which is awesome. You love to see that in a marathon. I don't know what changes it, but love it. All right, this is a stage where we're gonna want to at least get some upgrade here very quickly. So we're gonna start seeing these enemies spawn around those alerts. I say around because it's not exactly on the alerts most of the time. It kind of starts off like that, but very quickly it's like, it's kind of just like a general notice. Oh, and then we've already taken damage. Okay, so I got a multi-body here. I can work with that. Don't want that. I do want this. I do want that. And I do want that. Alright, we're just going to roll with shield for pretty much the rest of the run. That's kind of the plan here going forward. Okay. Okay, we can multi-body. We can just let that kind of drop. Not that we really need a lot of respawns, but we also don't need to shield just at this moment. We have a couple options here, huh? Alright, there we go. Look at that. Alright. So cool. We just refilled our shield, which means we're good for another, let's call it 2 minutes. Oh, and another one. Come here, respawn. Very nice. Hang on now. Don't take damage. Okay. So we're at 12 respawns? Let's grab that. Let's upgrade that too. Let's just get completely hectic. Alright. Another respawn, so we're 13. And our laser's not fully upgraded. Crap, we have one more to go. There should be one more natural shield drop here, where we don't have to kill a respawn, kill a respawn to get it. But again, we're kind of good to go on a respawn. So either way, I'm easy at this point. The game will get harder, but I'm easy about what we end up with. Okay, there's the shield. Okay, avoid that. Okay, avoid that. Okay. I believe that is our last shield pickup of this stage. That'll carry us to the boss. If I don't do something dumb, like take too much damage in the meantime. Was that the last shield? I'm pretty sure that's the last shield. Okay, this is the worst boss in the game, and we get to fight him twice. Him, it, whatever. I don't like it. Not one bit. And if I do this fight well, you will hopefully wonder, NME, why is this your least favorite boss? That didn't seem too bad. That would be ideal. Hopefully you think that at the end of the game. You get a little taste of him right there. A little taste. There we go. So not too bad. Nothing too crazy. Perhaps you could have noticed why, if we don't kill that boss quickly, we have to, if we can't crowd control, that may get out of hand. If you didn't notice, let's hopefully not have to speak of that anymore. So we have 12 lives now and at least 12 respawns. So we're pretty well good to go. Pretty well set. So there are 9 areas in this game. We're on area 7 here, just to kind of give everyone a little sense of who, what, when, where, and why. This stage actually has 3 bosses. I don't know what they were thinking here. Galaga, huh? I gotta say, it has never occurred to me, even once, that this had any resemblance to Galaga. I mean, yeah, obviously, there's, you know, I suppose on some level, every shmup has some resemblance to Galaga, but it's a very minor, never occurred. There's a pretty cool Galaga game for the TurboGrafx called Galaga. I guess it's Galaga 88 or Galaga 90, depending on which version we're playing. That's a pretty neat game. But even that, quite a bit different. I don't know why it's such a pain to kill these little pea shooters. I mean, they cover up at times, but even when I'm firing this giant wacky laser right on top of them, it's like they don't seem to want to die reliably. This. Come on, turn over already. Go. Excellent. Can't kill these missile launchers. Just have to kill the missiles. Okay. And kill these missile launchers, though. The ones with this red pattern. I don't know. Don't ask me to explain video game rules. I just play them and enjoy them. Okay, there should be another shield coming up shortly. Oh, maybe it's that. Maybe that's what I'm... Oh, no, that's obviously not going to be a shield, you moron. It kind of annoys me that I use bombs on those sub-bosses, but it really does kind of clear out the riffraff pretty quickly. It's a very convenient option for taking care of those bosses. I have no shield. You really want to shield this spawn. Anytime now. Oh boy. Okay, cool. There we go. Pretty sure shield is coming up here shortly. It's a multi-body. We can certainly take that for the moment. There we go. There we are. Yay. Okay, now I'm just gonna ignore that one for a while. Because I got more pressing concerns, like all of these things what are shooting me. Goodness gracious. Stop shooting me with missiles! How are you not dead? Thank you. Okay, okay, and boss. Alright, so this shield, again, will not last through this entire boss, but it will allow us to just kind of stand right up to this boss and poke our finger in its chest and kill it a little bit more quickly. There we go. Like so. Okay. should do it. Ah, it's dead. I mean, some of them aren't. Well, I guess most of them are scrolling, huh? Space shooter. They're not all space shooters. This one is. Are all of the ones that I play space shooters? Yes, actually. At least for this marathon. Ah, crapper. Okay. Yay. Good choice. No, bad choice. Terrible choice. Oh, God. Now I've done it. Okay. So these purple ones we can't destroy. At least these purple ones we can't destroy. We can later. Remember that time I picked up a shield, which I wanted, and then I immediately picked up a different sub-weapon, and now I don't have a shield? That was fun. That was a fun time for all of us. You know, I used to always think it was funny. You know, the trope in video games where it's like, oh, release the bubbles! We have to stop the intruder! This is a very funny trope in video games. But then I started watching The Orville. Y'all watch The Orville? Like the show? It's like Seth MacFarlane's take on Next Generation. Like, it's really good if you haven't watched it. I didn't believe it was really good, and then I watched it like, oh, I'm an idiot. I should have watched this a long time ago. Anyway, the point is, there's an episode where they go through basically a bubble field, and they explain that it is, you know, like a dark matter nebula. And I was like, oh God, now this stage in this game has some better explanation to it. So there you go. If you're like, ah, bubble is super lame, it's a dark matter nebula. I would like to be able to kill stuff. There we go. So we missed out on one shield pickup, but we still have this shield, so it's not the end of the world. It's also not great. Well, that's a shield! Alrighty. Fantastic. Yay! The respawn will kill some enemies on screen. It kind of depends on which enemy it is, so I wasn't sure that it was going to destroy those bubbles, but it sure did. Now things kind of calm down for a while here. We just got these yellow bubbles, and we can destroy them pretty easily. But this stage is fairly long. And it's not a lot of shooty bang-bang enemies. Mostly bubble-based enemies. Dark matter-based enemies, come on, stick to the headcanon. Another shield, yay. I'm quite sure at this point that we have more respawns than we will have lives in this run. This is a good problem to have. I don't even know why I call it a problem. It's not a problem on any level. We're in a great situation is what we are. I agree, Too Good should play more shmups. You know, my first Super Nintendo game was Gradius 3, which I will be playing tomorrow night. And the first shmup that I got for the NES, that I owned, was Abadox, which I will also be playing tomorrow. But, you know, I played shmups here and there as a kid. If you're of a certain age, I mean, there's so many of them, I think you couldn't help but play them from time to time, even if they weren't necessarily your favorite. And realistically, you know, I got Gradius 3 not because I was a big fan of Gradius 3 specifically, or shmups in general. I wanted to get Link to the Past, but it was like $30 more expensive. And it was the first game I was getting with my Super Nintendo, so I was like, well, I don't want to play nothing, so I can afford Gradius 3. So let's get this Gradius 3. Because, you remember that's how it was back in those days. You're like, I can't necessarily get the game I want, so I'm going to get a game. And I don't know, this box looks pretty cool. Ow. Get my cheek. So yeah, I did that. And I don't even know if I ever actually beat it as a kid. Not that I recall, anyway. If I did, I don't remember. But it's funny how, the twists and turns of life will take you in one direction at one point and then bring you right back and make you appreciate something that perhaps you did not at an earlier time. Like the TurboGrafx 16. I mean, strictly speaking, this is a PC engine that I'm playing on, but, that's neither here nor there. We're talking about, like, Famicom versus Nintendo. Everybody knows the same thing. Minor differences, but they, same platform for all intents and purposes. And, I played the TurboGrafx 16 literally one time for about maybe literally 1 minute in my life when I was growing up. And of course, I'll give you one guess for what game I played. Y'all gonna get it. It's... I'm actually looking at chat now to see the guesses for which TurboGrafx game I would have played as a kid. Okay, we are at this pulse here. JJ and Jeff, that is incorrect, thank goodness. It's Bonk, yes, of course it's Bonk. Because that was the TurboGrafx game. That's like literally all anyone knew about TurboGrafx in the main. It's like, oh yeah, Bonk. What else was on it? I don't know, Bonk. So, I didn't know the system, but then you get into speedrunning and everything, you kind of like try to broaden your horizons some. Yeah, I guess some people don't, they just stick with like maybe a few games, but you get to a certain point, you're like, oh, I'm pretty good at this type of stuff, what other stuff is out there, let me try this. Especially if you get into collecting video games like a moron, don't do that, it's super expensive, especially nowadays, I can't even imagine. But it's, like, oh, let me check out this TurboGrafx. It turns out the TurboGrafx, especially for shmups, but not just for shmups, is this amazing console that is like total hidden gem, and I don't know how it wasn't better. I mean, I do know, but it's a shame that it wasn't more popular here and more beloved because it's amazing. But yeah, I actually got into the TurboGrafx at all really with this game. They released the TurboGrafx stuff on the Wii, the Virtual Console, and this game was kind of recommended. I was like, I'll drop $5 or whatever it was to check this out, like sight unseen. And I was like, oh, and again, it was like playing the shmup the first time. I didn't beat it or anything. I didn't, put a ton of time into it, but it was there. And then I played Devil's Crush. I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest pinball game ever. And, from there you go onto a deep dive. But, obviously I came back to this game. Okay, let's clear these out. So we're back to this boss, which I did no damage right there. It's kind of a bummer. What the heck? Okay, that was weird. I really don't need any of those anymore, so any shields that we can get, or failing that, multi-bodies, wow, I'm just taking forever to kill this boss. There we go. Alright, this is our final stage, by the way, and this is by far the hardest stage in the game. So, wish me luck. But any of those would-be respawns, we're not getting respawns anymore. We're done with respawns, we got our respawns, we're going to pick up the shields. That's what we want, shields specifically. Multi-bodies in a pinch, if we have nothing, we'll take anything, but I want shields, ideally. Because I think we get none other shield drops the rest of this boss rush. I think that's it. We got the one at the start of the level, and that's a wrap. Also, I brought up the other day, I'm sure I'll bring it up again when I play Abadox. This is a top-down style shmup. Usually I prefer the side-scrolling to top-down. I really like the ones that change perspective. You got the top-down and side-to-side mixed together. But this is, of course, not actually a top-down shmup. This is a bottom-up shmup. I mean, look at it. I'm at the bottom of the screen. Moving up. There we go with the shield. All right. Excellent. Love and life. Whereas in Abadox, it's actually a top-down shmup. You know what? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Well, we have enough bombs. That's okay. Okay. I just wanted to top off that shield. Okay, so see, this is a little bit dicey. Drop another bomb on it. Drop another bomb. I barely did any damage. It's okay. Drop another bomb. Take a couple hits on the shield, but we have this shield. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So we dropped half of our bombs on that mini boss, that stupid boss. But the good news is we got a shield pickup. It's pretty fresh. Oh, there's a shield. Don't want that number 4. Okay. Avoid these doodads. They try to home in on you a little bit. They also shoot, so it's just a lot of riffraff on the screen. Oh, yeah. Alright. So, here we go back with this tank boss once again. We have a pretty fresh shield. Do I want to dump the shield? Well, the shield's not going to last through the boss, so I guess let's just go for it. The bummer about the shield is that the shield takes up a larger hitbox than you do. So, like, you have the shield, and you're like, I'm going to avoid these shots. And it's like, nah, but you didn't, though, because the shield's bigger than your ship. Which I guess, like, you actually want that to be the case. But it's like, man, I'm trying to, like, avoid getting hit. Don't tell me I'm taking extra damage. Okay, so we don't have any shield right now. We don't have any secondary power-up. So, again, we want... Oh, crapper! Okay. This is what we call a bad situation. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So now we're going to use these respawns. Okay. Just waste bombs, I guess. Okay. These things kind of snap together and try to kill me. And they are having great success with that right now. This is why we collected all those respawns earlier in the game. For this exact spot of this exact stage, of this exact game. Okay. So we really want a weapon right now. We don't have a weapon, though. We barely have any bombs left. So... Oh, you son of a bitch bastard. Oh, you son of a bitch bastard! Oh! That's so dirty! The real nice run we were in. No, this is totally typical, unfortunately. This gets real scuffed towards the end. That's why we stack those lives and stack those respawns. Otherwise, we're going back. And we're having to fight back without any weapons. So at least here, you know, we're still rolling. To one degree or another. We have the wrong weapon here. I'm going to throw a bomb just to kind of clear some of that junk out. We only have 2 bombs. The cool thing now is if I die, I will have 3 bombs. You can never have fewer than 3 on a respawn. So that's nice. Oh, goodness gracious. Where are these missiles coming from? Like, oh, Lord. No. Okay. Hi. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay. Good. Crap! Okay, good. Okay, we are at the final boss. We're not in the best condition, but we're certainly not in the worst condition. Okay. Just so much shooting in this situation. Okay. Whew. You can destroy these as they fall, but sometimes they're more cooperative than other times. Get out of here. Come on. That's what I like to do. I just kind of scoot off to one side, especially when I have a weakened weapon like this. There we go. Okay, we're going to pick this up real quick. To double my firepower, what? Wow. Now I can't be killed. Alright, so we are on the final boss. That's the good news. The bad news is, I'm an idiot. No, what I was going to say was the bad news is I have no firepower. Now I have less, but we have lots and lots and lots of lives, so we're cool. Like, we just got to land the plane here, which I am very confident that we'll be able to do. There we go. Let's pick up our double shot again. Oh, look at this! Double the damage! Yeah! Drop a bomb on her, because really, the next form of her, spoilers, not great for trying to sneak under that, which I feel like I was successful at, but the game had other ideas. I'm impatient here. Okay, here we go. Final form of the final boss. See, I can't do any damage to it like this. You'll see it kind of like opens its mouth a little bit. That's when I can throw a bomb at it. Except that timing is a little tricky. So, kind of not worth it to try. Let's try one. Hey, look at that! I nailed it! Alright! That was early. Woo! So sometimes those things will explode into, I don't know, they look like blood platelets, you know? Ah, it's too late. Okay, now I have no bombs, no problem. We'll just keep rolling, and eventually what'll happen here is it'll start opening its mouth. It's not really a mouth, I understand that, but you know. It'll start opening its mouth. It'll start showing its weak point where I can attack for massive damage a little bit more frequently as it's taking more damage, which seems counterintuitive. I feel like if you were taking more damage, you would want to expose yourself less often, but, you know, video games, what are you gonna do? Oh boy, oh boy. We're close now. Come on. There we go. We won the video game. We did it. That's okay. I don't know what the estimate I put down was, but I'm pretty sure it was like an hour or something, so we're great. Come on, there we are. Yeah. That's it! That's the end of Blazing Lasers. And now I get 61 lives. Which is more than we need. Enjoy the ending, everyone. Enjoy the ending, everyone. This is the way I need to point on this webcam, even though the TV's on the other side in real life. This is a quite long shmup, as shmups go. You know, usually more to like the 20-30 minute range. But this one, you know, hopefully y'all enjoyed it for the full time. I find it's always daunting to come back to it to get it ready for an event like this, but inevitably it goes better than I expect, and it never feels like it's as long as it actually is, which I think is a great quality in a video game. It does not overstay its welcome, and it easily could. So, thanks everyone for watching. Appreciate you. I will be back with Abadox tomorrow afternoon, and then Gradius 3 in our final block of the marathon, the Gradius block. So that'll be really cool. Miko Uyama related to. That'd be really cool though. Anyway, so I'll be back with two games tomorrow, but I'm gonna get out of here now. And stick around. More shmups, more fun times. Enjoy the rest of Shmuptember here on RGLtv, everyone. See you later.